Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get busy with video number 2 on writing equations of the lines, and most likely in slope-intercept form. So the first thing they're asking us to do is to write the equation that represents each side of this figure. And we just spent a whole video writing equations of lines from graphs. So this one, well, there's a few things that might be a little new to us. So I'm going to start off with these two lines right here. I'm going to make both of them purple. Those two sides right there. The first one at the bottom, probably going to be a little bit easier because right there we have where it crosses the y-axis. So I'm going to draw my little line there. And I can tell there's no slope. Doesn't go up and down. There's no slope. So y equals, it crosses the y-axis at -2. We're done with that one. If we go to the one at the top, it doesn't seem to cross the y-axis. So what would we have to do? We would have to actually extend that side, and we can then say that this one, since it is parallel, looks parallel to me, and we know it's parallel when we write the equation, y equals 4. So those two purple sides, they are parallel, and both of them have equations of y equals because they are horizontal lines. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the other sides. And I'm going to start off with this side right here because this one is definitely easier. This one, the side I just highlighted in red looks just like the side we did on our previous video. And so I'm going to come over here with my red, y equals, and I know it's crossing at 1, so something x plus 1. I need to find the slope. I can start right at that intercept, and I can count up 1, 2, 3, and over 1 to get to the next point. So 3 over 1 gives me a slope of 3. So that one is y equals 3x plus 1. And now I'm going to go to the next line right here. And I'm going to say they look parallel, so it's possibly the same slope as the red line. Well, I'm going to verify that. I'm going to go to this point right here at the corner of the figure, count up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And yes, I am right on the line. So I know that it has the same slope. I know that it is parallel. But now I need to find the intercept. And holy smokers, if I were to extend this line, I don't see it. I don't see it crossing the y-axis. So now I've got to get creative. I got to think, how am I going to find that? What am I going to do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know you can get there, but I'm going to give you an idea right now. So we know the slope is 3, meaning up 3 over 1. But I'm going to think about it going backwards, and I'm actually going to count down 1, 2, 3, and back 1, and end up right here. And I know that that would be -3, -4, -5. So now I'd be at -5 on the y-axis, but we still haven't got to the y-axis yet. And so I'm going to count down 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and back 1. And I'm still not on the y-axis because I'm still right here. And so I would be at -8. And if I count down 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and over 1, then I would be at -11, and I would be on the y-axis. So my y-intercept is -11. Pretty tough one, pretty tricky. I'm sure many of you thought of that as we were talking about it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're going to have to do sometimes to find that intercept. Moving right along, writing the equation of the line that passes through some points. Now, we're not going to do major y equals mx plus b for most of these. We recognize this ordered pair, 0, -1, and 4, -1. And you should recognize right away in saying those points that our y's are the same. And we learned many times ago, what does the equation of a line look like when the y's are the same? Because that means the y would be 0. That means our slope would have a 0 in the rise, and so the equation would have to be y equals, and it's going to be that number, y equals -1. And if you don't understand that, it's okay. Just make sure you're asking about it tomorrow in class. Here's another one. Passing through these 2 points, 5, 3, and -4, 3. And what do you recognize? That's right. Our y's are the same, so y equals 3. We're going to have a horizontal line passing through 3 on the y-axis. It's a 0 slope line because it's horizontal. And then we go into our next one. We're writing the graph of this equation that passes through points -2, 3, and -2, 6. Uh-oh. The y's aren't the same this time. What's the same? That's right. The x's are the same. We know we cannot put that into slope-intercept form, but we've also learned a couple times back what the equation of a line looks like when the x's are the same. And if we were to use our slope formula and again find the slope, we would find that the slope of this line would be undefined. It would be a vertical line. And we know that vertical lines are x equals. And since both x's are -2, it would be a vertical line passing through -2 on the x-axis. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one last example before we call this lesson complete. Real life. It says, a bucket is empty. You are filling the bucket with water at a rate of 3 inches per second. Plot the point 0, 0, and 515. Well, okay. 0, 0 is going to be easy to do, but I don't know about 515. We got to come over to this graph. Well, we got to put something on the graph. And here's what you're thinking. At a rate of 3 inches per second. Well, that's slope, because that's a rate. And rate is a ratio, just like slope is a ratio. And it's inches per second. So the y is inches and the x is seconds. So we can now label our graph right here. We have level in inches. And down here we have time on the x-axis, time in seconds. And so let's start, excuse me. We're going to go by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches. And seconds, I'm actually going to go by half a second. So half a second 1, half a second 2, half a second 3, 4, 5, and 6 total seconds. And it says graph the point 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. That should ring a bell to us. If I'm graphing a point 0, 0, we potentially have a proportional relationship because all proportional relationships go through the origin. And now it says graph point 515. So we come out here 5 on the x-axis, go all the way up to 15, and we put that point right there. And it says, what do these points in part A represent? Well, 0, 0. 0, 0 is going to represent that if we haven't started filling it yet, if no time has passed, then there won't be any water level in there. Does that make sense? No time, no water level. But 515 is going to tell us that x is 5 and y is 15. X is time. So at 5.515, it says after 5 seconds, the water level in this bucket is 15 inches. Make sense? All right. I hope so. So it's 5 seconds, 15 inches. Very good. C says draw a line through the points. So you're going to use a wonderful straight edge to do it precise. I'm going to, wow, that was crazy. I never understand what this thing does sometimes. And I'm going right through that line as best I can. And it says, what does this line represent? Well, this line says, as we talked about way before, that every single point on this line shows how many inches are in this bucket after a certain amount of time. And would this be continuous or discrete? Can you fill the bucket for half a second? Yeah. Can you fill the bucket for 1 2/5 seconds? Yeah, you bet. Or 1.9 seconds? You bet. And there would be a corresponding water level. So this is continuous data, which means the solid line is perfect for us. And that's what this line represents. It represents how full the bucket is after X seconds. Right? And the last one says write an equation of the line. Well, this is outstanding. They already gave us the intercept of 0, 0. They already gave us the slope in the opening sentence where they were describing what was going on. So we have y equals 3 inches per second for X number of seconds. And passing through the origin, we don't need to do anything else. This is a proportional relationship, and we are done with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done with our second video. Here's the second quick write. A hot tub that holds 300 gallons of water drains at a rate of 8 gallons per minute. Write an equation that represents how many gallons of water are left in the tub after it has drained for X minutes. So you're just having to write the equation of that, and go ahead and back up if you need to and pause. And I'm just going to finish it off by saying, hey, if you have any questions, make sure you mark it down. Make sure you come to class with questions. Questions, questions, questions. And then again, ask yourself, did you complete your notes with quality? Are they done and autographed with excellence? Do you need to rewatch anything for your greater understanding? Remember, attitude and effort is everything. And I'm going to add to that, it's everything in everything that you do. Not just math, everything you do. Attitude and effort are everything. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to be a person of character and intelligence every opportunity you have. It will make your life so much better. And again, as always, it's a pleasure spending time with you. I will see you tomorrow.